The world always changes, but one thing is still the same. Even the strongest pass through Oz Gate. So when you fight, fight with honor, because cowards die forgotten, and we wait for you. On the other side.
When will you pass through?
Sally is here.
Hello!
Hi!
Hello!
Welcome to Shadows of Archonia 2, our weekly Worlds Without Number live stream campaign. My name is Steve Boshier, and I will be your game master for the evening.
Hi, Steve.
Hello.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, what's up? We got some people in the chat tonight. Welcome.
Hey, welcome. Thanks.
What's up, chat?
Gibbs brings the fox emotes.
And my name is Alan. I'll be playing Eddie Bones. I don't know how you describe him. He's like he's kind of like a little bit of both worlds.
Fuzzy,
a little hairy.
A little hairy. Unpredictable, maybe.
Unpredictable.
Definitely unpredictable.
That's yes. Hi, I'm Yuri. I am playing Fleet Admiral Captain Sally One Eye, the warrior. Yeah.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Max. I will be playing Lorien, God of the Elves.
Sure.
Are you done?
You just say whichever one of your name tags is
Is
up.
that?
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Annan back to third.
I was expecting a lot longer.
Oh no! I'm cutting it short. Listen,
there's been a lot of progress with Annan. You know,
That's
we have
true.
to.
That's very true.
He's trying to identify himself.
Yeah, he's identifying himself.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Your name?
Matt. And I am playing Asarius True Fane, who is also known as Stanley True Fane.
And
Also-
I'm here to distract my own players with this laser pointer.
They can't see what is happening.
They
but
can't see it.
We're just going
They
crazy.
can see you guys.
Cody is here to mod his once-a-year shift.
Cody is a mod. That's why we have so many
Thanks.
mods, because you guys don't come by enough.
Once a year. Once a year.
Gibbs is actually one of my mods, sort of.
Ah,
No, yeah, he is.
well, you got to earn it here, bud. What are we doing? This is the content warning. So, it's a role-playing game. It's going to be all improv. We don't know what we're going to say. But this is a dark fantasy show intended for adults. So you can expect adult language, horror themes, descriptions of brutal violence, sexual content, and other topics of an adult nature. There are certain lines we won't cross, but they are few and far between. So, if you have a problem with that and you'd like to watch something more tame, good luck on Twitch.
And like Steve's saying, we're playing the amazing D20 system. Worlds Without Number.
Hey!
By Kevin Crawford. And he's made other awesome systems. Usually the same kind of system, but other settings that are Cities Without Number and Stars Without Number.
Well, he does have other systems too that aren't fully compatible, like Godbound. Godbound is really good.
Yeah. So definitely check him out. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And he probably has another book coming out soon.
Set that here.
So we should probably play Skull and Bones, and like stream it as if it's our characters playing the. I don't know how role playing it is actually. Sorry, it's an ad. It's currently an ad for this stream. It's Skull and Bones.
What is Skull and Bones?
That's great.
It's
a
a
pirate game.
Pirate game. That looks freaking awesome.
That's coming
Shadows
out soon.
Archonia, brought to you by.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Cool.
That would be cool.
It is Yuri's turn.
Yes, the music in our intro is licensed through motionarray.com. It is Prepare for Battle by Digital Daydream and Skullbreaker by Fir Tree Audio.
Nice.
Yes, and many of the digital assets in the intro are licensed from various sources, but the character art itself is produced by myself in Daz Studio. You can see some of it in front of our players right now. If you would like your character or your party rendered in my style, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram as Mighty Works Character Portraits, or on ArtStation under my real name, Steve Boshier, which is spelled out right in front of me right now.
The voices you heard in the intro are Carolyn and Joshua. We love them.
Yeah.
May they rest in peace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pieces.
Amen.
Jesus.
We got a Discord. Come check us out. We are all in there, always talking about sometimes just really random shit. But it's funny. So if you like some text comedy, come join us.
Text comedy.
Text comedy.
There you go. Also memes.
And
Based on
memes.
GIFs.
GIFs, whatever you
Yes.
like.
Is it GIFs or GIFs?
You guys are reaching the end of my ability to be a tolerant human being.
If you really like our stream, come check out our merch store at shadowsofarconia.com. You can find Campaign 1 stuff and Campaign 2 stuff there now. There's the Bone Zone, there's there's Sally One-Eye merch, and there's Protect the Boy merch.
Yeah, that was from Campaign 1 though, but
Yeah.
it still works.
It still works.
You can
That's
still
called
protect me.
foresight.
Yeah.
I think that's
Wow.
what you said. I think that's what you said earlier.
I have an idea
For
for
mass.
For Darius, finally.
Tell me later.
I will.
Speaking of all this Campaign 1 stuff, you can check it out on our YouTube channel.
Oh, wow.
And we have an entire backlog of games on there, including Season 1 of Archonia and all of Season 2 so far. We're talking days and days of content. And including tons of one-shots and semi-miniseries that play on...
Tales from the Backlog,
Goodness.
Monday nights, 8:30
Nice
p.m.
segue.
Pacific Standard Time. We have a rotating cast playing a rotating schedule of games. This coming Monday, we're playing something called Mall Kids, in which we are going to be set in the Northridge Fashion Center a few days after the Northridge earthquake in 1994, which is something myself and one of the other players lived through. So come check that out. And then right after that, we're going to...
Dean
is trying to use a command called Steve posing naked on a fur skin rug.
In that case, join our Patreon.
Wait,
Join the Patreon.
why didn't that work?
Yeah, wait. You disabled it? I thought that was...
Dean, you have to be a mod to use that command.
That's part of our diamond tier. So make sure to sign up for the diamond tier.
We're making a lot of promises
check
here.
out the Monday show. Other things we have are the Patreon. I've just put the link in the Discord. It's patreon.com/Shadows of Archonia. Cody, you have to be a mod more than once a year to use that command. And then also we have a Throne wish list now. So come check that out. That is throne.com/Shadows of Archonia, where you can look at all the cool things that we want to
It's where you
help
can
us
buy
make
us
this
thrones.
stream better. You can buy us thrones.
Porcelain
Can you
ones?
imagine this crew sitting in thrones to play tabletop role-playing games?
That'll be very...
It would be in keeping with our whole deal.
Me being a god and all.
We'll get you a nice porcelain one.
That feels so uncomfortable.
You
What's
make
like
someone's character a god and they start to take it seriously in their real life.
What's the opposite?
Honey, I'm home. You're god.
What's the opposite of hubris?
All right, well, let's get to it. We are at sea, and you have recently discovered. Well, first,
We discovered.
this clip is getting worse and worse. Anyway, you have recently discovered of course, the ship of Greybeard, the true ship of Greybeard, which you have named the Wayfarer. It is a giant, flying, three-masted ship, which is, even if it weren't flying, more than a match for most of the vessels on the sea. You were heading to, what do we call it? Oh gosh. The city with the name that doesn't make a
Mudgate.
ton of sense. No, you were not heading to
we
Mudgate.
changed
Decided not
courses.
to, yeah.
You
It's
were
the
heading
one-
to Earthstall.
That one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to call out the name Earthstall, by the way, because even though the world you guys are on is not called Earth, the word Earth still exists to refer to like dirt and soil. So, that's my explanation for that name, which I realized was a problem today.
I had a lot of questions.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. You guys were heading to Earthstall on your way to Lowlight, where you intend to take back the nation for the king, Archonia still, for the king, Annenbeck III, who was wrongfully usurped after the murder of his dear father, Dialos Beck. However, on the way there, you stopped at Earthstall. Let me bring up the little map since I'm talking about it so much. Combat, and then it's not actually combat. It's just where we display various things.
Hey, look, a ship.
Yeah. Oh, it was already up. I turned it off and back on. There it is. So there's Earthstall. And guess what, guys? We have arrows now.
Oh!
So there's
so
Earthstall. You guys were coming from like there.
Yeah.
You sailed north to intercept Sally's cousin and save her from the orcs. And then you're heading to Earthstall, where you intend to meet Venora and the other ship. After which you will head over to Lowlight here and deal with those problems. So that's all coming up. But on the way, of course, Eddie Bones on watch spotted the wreckage of a ship in the water.
And there was nothing there to see.
Flying out to the
She's dead.
sole discovered survivor, clinging to a scrap of wood in the waves. He learned that her name was Zora Aegir, a name that Eddie Bones himself doesn't know.
You do know the Aegir name.
But I don't.
You know the last name.
Yeah, I do know the last
You're
name.
aware that the Aegir clan is a clan of merchants that are based in Lowlight, and that Annenbeck has been traveling under the name Eric Aegir, but you also know that that is a fake name and not his real name. So you have no reason to know anything about this woman.
I'm trying to think of what Eddie's first response may be. Because obviously he's put that together, the correlation between the two.
Yeah.
Cause
You were in the middle of showing off, if I recall.
That's right, you flew in with angel wings.
Because unbeknownst to most people, Eddie's intelligence is actually his highest stat. So, let's see. I think first of all, I will ask her, "Are you hurt?"
Everything hurts.
Eddie heals her. Shh.
Whoa.
While he has his wings out.
Are you an Archon?
Somewhat.
Do you bring a message?
I bring aid. How did you get here?
I was sailing to Earthstall. There's a blockade.
A blockade.
Yeah. The wizards, they blockaded Earthstall.
Ooh, that's not good.
The Atheum Cabal. They took over my homeland and they've begun blockading nearby ports. They've heard that the true king is returning.
Do you know the true king?
No. No, I don't.
And what happened to your to the ship that you were on?
She gestures around towards the debris in the water.
And Eddie says, "But what came of it? How did it come to this state?
Cannon fire.
From who?
From the blockade ships.
Oh, so
The
she.
Navy of Lowlight. They're blockading Earthstall.
Okay, so she came from there.
Yeah, she was coming from Lowlight trying to reach Earthstall.
Okay.
And she was fired upon before she reached
Gotcha.
the port. Yeah.
Eddie will just straight up ask her, "Do you know the name Eric Agier?"
Eric Agier? No, we don't have any Erics. There are a lot of Agiers. We're a large clan. We run most of the trading out of Lowlight. You know an Eric Agier?
I do.
Did you come to bring me anything? Any message?
No, but I can take you to him.
To Eric?
Yes. He claims to be the one true king.
No, Agier is...
We've been rolling up on him, right, this whole time, too?
She's off to the side. You guys aren't going to get that close. So, she sort of stops in mid-sentence, thinking about what you said. Take me to him.
Okay. Eddie lifts her up
Okay.
and starts flying off into the sky with her.
You guys were in the water. You had landed.
Yeah, I had landed.
The ship had landed, so you don't have to go to the sky.
Yeah, but it's more.
Yeah, it's dramatic. Okay.
dramatic. It's more dramatic. So
After all, he's a somewhat Archon.
Yeah, somewhat
Yeah,
Archon. Yeah.
somewhat of an Archon.
And then.
Are you shirtless right now?
Maybe a little bit.
Eddie Bones is always a little bit. Kind of like Max.
What do you mean?
So as Eddie's flying back, he will ask her real quick, was there any other survivors on that ship that I should go back and get?
I haven't seen any. I haven't seen anybody in hours.
Was there more Agiers with you?
Not family. There were members of our crew.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Okay.
So you're gonna land on the
Yeah.
Wayfarer or whatever?
Yeah, land on Wayfarer, call Sally, and it's like, we have a
Wow.
guest. It's a Agier, and he like slaps her on the back.
She falls right there.
Oh, it's like a soft slap.
Shipwreck?
Shipwreck, it seems. She got hit by the blockade.
Blockade?
Yeah, at what's the one that's
Earth.
At
Earthstar.
Earthstall.
At
yeah.
Earthstall.
And
There's-
she said the Atheum Cabal, which is a name you guys know
Yeah.
from Eric, that is the name of the cabal of wizards that
The Atheum
Renly was once part
Cabal
of.
is blockading Earthstall? That's
Yep.
not quite legal, is it?
Yep.
Wait,
No.
are there any other survivors we should be heaving towards?
I'll make a pass, just to be sure. And Eddie
Those
goes,
wings do come up. They always do this.
So Eddie goes back just to search to see if there are any survivors.
Okay, I'd like you to roll me a notice check.
Okay.
And the sun's going down. No, I'm not going to give you. I'm not going to give you a debuff. Just roll a straight notice check plus wisdom.
Ooh, that's my first snake.
I passed the snake eyes curse to you, my friend.
So these two are going to jail.
You always remember your first.
Are you still showing? Are you too busy showing off still?
Yeah, I'm showing off.
Yeah.
I'm flying around. I don't see anything.
And I'm like, welcome aboard the Wayfarer, Lady Agier, Miss Agier, Madam Agier,
Just Zora.
Zora,
Zora.
Madam Zora. Welcome to my ship. I am the captain. And I am sorry for your loss.
The Archon told me.
The Archon?
He told me there was another.
The Archon?
Aegir.
Wait, did you say the Eddie? I'm like, I'm like, that
More
guy.
like acorn.
Do you not believe in Archons?
I very much believe in Archons. I'm just not quite sure the person who saved you.
Eddie returns. Sorry, I didn't see anybody else.
Thanks, Eddie.
But he said there was another Aegir on the ship.
Yes. And I yell, I'm like, Gertie, can you bring up Eric? I think he might be in the lab with Renly.
You're in the lab with Renly.
I'm currently arguing with you. I am just saying you are constantly in here just reading and I'm okay, I don't have a lot of time is what I'm saying. And to have you and like actually you here focused with us would be just so much better.
You don't find what I'm doing useful for us as a team?
Useful, sure, but it's taking so much. It's taking you away from us, is what I'm saying.
Hey, guys. Sorry. The Admiral? She needs you upstairs.
Why?
There's a survivor from a shipwreck.
Can't they just deal with it?
No, someone's asking for you specifically.
That doesn't sound good.
I suppose not. Are you going to stay here and study more, or what's going to happen?
I look up and there's like translations like half completed from ancient to new languages and things, and like I'm so close. Ugh. Okay, fine. Let's go.
No, we just need him.
Yeah, but if someone's asking for him, they're probably trying to kill him, so I should probably come.
I don't think anyone's trying to kill him. She looks half drowned.
But that's, we've
Sure, okay, you can come.
yeah,
I'm
we had an
just
old
saying.
drunk guy almost kill me, so
That's true, but he was disguised as our helmsman. Okay, let's go.
Thank you for making this decision for me, with me.
yeah, it's fine. I grab a book and take it with me.
So, Enenbeck the Third, you come on deck and see a dripping wet, as Gertie said, half-drowned woman, about 20 years your senior, standing on the deck talking to Sally and Eddie.
Howdy.
Eddie, do you still have your wings?
Yes.
So I'm like, you must. Well, Eddie's doing search flybys, I guess, is that what you call it, for any missing crew, and one of the first mate's going to bring you some blankets and maybe some fresh clothes and food.
So just out of nowhere, Eddie takes off his jacket and puts it on her. It says,
And now his muscles are in
just be like, until we get you some new clothes.
I roll my eyes as I come up and see this. So you're with somebody else now?
Speak of the devil, I say.
What the fuck does this concern us?
Aegir. We have another Aegir.
Aegir right here.
She turns and sees you and immediately falls to her knees.
Another Asia?
So she claims Zora Aegir.
Zora Aegir.
Ring any bells? Apparently, Urstal might be a little bit more tricky. The Atheum Cabal is apparently blockading the ports. And the Aegir fleet was apparently destroyed. Right, you and Eddie.
My king,
Remember when I was the problem child?
I thought you were dead.
Those were the golden days.
I speak to her in the Daru Arakov, in the divine, in the blessed tongue. Zora Aegir. That's your name?
Yes. I'm your loyal subject.
Is there another Zora Aegir out in the world, in the clan of the Aegirs?
Or are you the only one?
It's me.
No, that can't be right. Because you left.
What? What do you mean?
You never saw me grow up. You didn't care.
You know who I am?
Zora Azir. I've heard. I turn away and just wipe my eyes a little bit.
Sally's all ears.
Yeah.
I'm speaking. No.
Eddie's eyebrow has gone.
Oh wait. Do we understand? We don't understand your
You
language.
guys don't speak
I
this
can't even
language.
understand.
Darn it!
I can only understand written.
I turn around. Dad spoke often of you.
He told you that I left?
Yeah.
I see.
The fuck are you doing here?
I was in the water at the ATM Cabal blockaded Earthstall and they sunk my ship. The Archon
There. At Earthstall?
saved me. At Earthstall, they heard you might be returning, and they've illegally blocked the port at Earthstall.
I fall to my knees. Right in front of her.
She stares at you for a moment and then tries to get lower than you.
Just rise. Roll me a notice check. Oh, God, I'm so nervous.
You can choose wisdom or charisma for this.
Okay. You said notice?
Mm-hmm.
Or note? Yeah.
This is insight.
Oh, that's really good. That's an 11 on the
Deltron.
die.
Woo! 11 on the die.
11, 12, 13.
Okay. You see that she bit back on something when after she asked, he told you I left and you said yes, she was gonna say something else and then bit it back.
Mm-hmm. Speak your mind. God knows I have not heard anything from you in all the years that I've been alive. So
That is true. I suppose he didn't act much like the other one, but it was an Archon that brought me to you, and I doubt he would have done so if I was not to speak the truth.
talking about that guy, he's not an Archon.
No?
No.
He said
Yeah. He's a fool.
I can't understand them, right?
no.
No.
But you can see she's looking back from between the two of you.
At this point, Sally sort of interrupts, goes, maybe in a language all of us can speak, Azir. What are we going to do about Earthstall?
We are a team.
You're
Yeah,
right.
these guys have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm reading a book.
If it's important, I would like to help.
So Eddie's been
wait a
doing...
minute. No. You heard the name Zora.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
who
yeah,
that is. You
yeah.
know who that is.
I know
Yeah.
who it is.
Yeah. You don't speak you speak the language. You lived there.
Yeah.
I don't have the ability to pick up languages like some people.
But you
But
lived there for many years.
For many years.
Okay.
You
fine.
definitely speak at least
Okay.
a little.
This.
Yeah.
Well, if you allow me to have that, then yes.
Yeah.
I will have. I
You can-
will be like lighting my pipe and just like waiting patiently.
This is my mother.
Really?
Oh,
It's so great to meet you, Eddie says.
very nice to meet
He must
you.
have been a real handful.
She's not shaking your hand. She's not even looking at
Back
you.
off.
I'm looking her
Hey,
up
what's
and down.
why
Like
so?
just
Come on.
She's
I
still
thought
kneeling?
we're all good.
She rose when he told her to.
This is family.
I'm like, awfully interesting relationship you have there.
My lord, is there some place we could talk privately? What I would say to you may not be my place to say at all, but certainly is not for everyone's ears.
What was that in her language?
Yes.
Just for my player knowledge, I never met her though. I just know the name.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's right.
Wow, what a lovely reunion. If you want, you could use my captain quarters.
That's super nice of you.
Yeah,
He
just
just says that.
Renly, I need you with me.
Very well.
Renly, Asarius, you can go to your studies.
Renly, you're released.
She reacts to the name Renly.
But not a
He's of the Athean Cabal.
He saved me.
Okay.
There's a lot going on here. You know what? I don't know why I'm excluding people. That's
I was wondering, since you just demanded me to come here about 15 minutes ago.
No, I'm sorry. That's
You really
that's
can
not-
come as well. He can
Yes.
come as his own person.
I'm sorry. That's not who I am anymore. And to you, I'm sorry. That I'm trying to change how I react to things. This is a family matter, and I've never met this woman in my life.
Really?
oh, but she's your mom, huh?
I've heard stories of her. Yeah.
You see family resemblance, Eddie?
Would
Maybe
you
around
have
the
me
nose,
say it
you
in
think?
front of everyone?
Cheekbones?
Not in front of the crew. I think going to your studies might be.
Does she look a lot like
Right.
Eric?
Enough.
You know.
I mean, Eric is.
They're definitely of the same
Yeah.
race.
But if I were to look at them, would Eddie be like, "Oh yeah, that's definitely your mom"?
Same nose.
To whatever extent, yeah, like there are
Cheekbones.
shared features, but they're also not the same.
Mustache.
The
They're
mustache.
also not the same biological sex, so there's only going to be so much similarity. But yeah, it could be.
Well, then let's take this to my quarters,
Yeah.
and we will. I'll have one of the crew members bring up some food and hot drink.
Thank you.
Without controlling Renly or even showing any signs of it, I am going to cast Apprehending the Arcane Form just to make sure there's nothing about her that is magical or unique in the mystical ways.
You see nothing.
Okay.
I also tell the helmsman to like make anchor or to stop
Maybe to also keep an eye out
Okay,
for.
yeah,
And keep an eye out.
They repeat the command. They stop. Anchor is dropped, and so captain's quarters.
Yes.
I grab Renly as we're walking. I don't know how I will continue to react with her here. I need you to keep me in check, please.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you.
You wanted me to speak my mind.
Yes. Yes. Also, meet everyone. This is Sally,
You
Eddie.
We
said
met.
you were an Archon.
Somewhat.
He said you're not.
Well, again, somewhat.
What does somewhat mean?
Somewhat means a little bit.
Somewhat means not at all.
Renly.
Well,
Not at
no.
all?
No honesty.
You're not an Archon at all?
You'll have to.
I would say
not,
somewhat.
Or just
I would have you know I've met one.
And how do you look like?
A little bit like you with the wings? You still have the wings?
Yes.
What's his name? Zaylin.
No.
What's it?
I didn't catch his name. I was too busy groveling.
I am gonna cast Cognitive Superstition of the Inferior Orders to at least be able to read Asarius' mind.
Copy that.
And I will kind of push her a little bit on that question and say, this Archon you met, what
have a
did this
super
Archon
copy
do
instead.
for you?
I have to speak with my king.
Okay.
Your king.
I won't push it.
as we're walking, and you cast that, you hear my thoughts. I assume you are reading my mind by now, since I can no longer speak. Let's keep my identity a secret until we have verified that this is who she says she is.
You get, since we're telepathically bonded, just a confirmation of that, feeling of confirmation.
And then from here on, I'm gonna be following you as if I'm just your pet.
Okay. This is Renly. You've heard of the name, Eddie and Sally.
My lord, I am, as you said, on deck, be your mother. And I didn't know that you knew that. Because I do not wish to contradict the great Dialos, your father. I did not leave you. I was driven away. He would not have a commoner raise his son. For that reason, I assumed he never told you my name. When you spoke it, I was shocked. I didn't know that you knew me. I assumed he made up some other mother for you.
Dad was a lot of things. He was an honest fool, I would say.
So he told you I left. That's vaguely true. I left under threat of sword.
I just heard so many stories about you, and I wanted so much to be like, I don't know, I painted you as a sailor, as a pirate, and just going about, and so when I had to leave, I masqueraded as such in your honor.
I'm not a pirate, I'm a merchant.
I understand. We've gone straight. Our crew has. Yeah. Fanciful tales from a child. It was all that was. Me making up stories of who you were. I wanted to meet you. And so much has happened, and so much now has happened that I don't know if it matters, and I'm so sad and angry about it. Because, I don't know, I will die in months maybe. And...
Will die in months?
Yeah.
Months?
Months. I am trying to clean up everything every mess that I've made.
Months? This is new information.
Eddie says, is this about the stones?
Yes.
What is happening?
A lot.
I'm sorry, I don't have the right to ask.
A lot has happened. A lot that you've missed out on, and I wish you could have been through it all to see me and to guide me. These two, Renly and Eddie, have done a wonderful job of being mentors to me. I have powers, necromantic ones, that I'm giving up.
She reacts to that.
I know. I'm giving them up in order to become something that is more the real me. But in doing so, and I know this is all confusing, and I know this is a wonderful way to meet your son for the first time.
Not the first time. The second.
I see. Yeah. Well, since I've grown up, I suppose. I am more than what you see.
I know. I always knew that.
And what do you see?
My king once commanded that I am not your mother. I would speak to you as your subject and say one thing. But I am loyal to my king, and I cannot say what else I would say.
Your king is dead. Dialos is dead. I stand before you now.
Long live the king. Is it your command that I am your mother?
For whatever months I have left, yes.
Then you need to turn this ship around and sail the other way.
I will not. This is unfinished business, and if
I would have my king sail east, and I would have my son sail west. That is the way it is.
West is urban. We don't want to go there anymore.
If you sail east, you will have to fight everyone.
If we go west, we have to fight Herman.
The Atheum Cabal has taken over all of Lowlight, and the stories they have spread of you. Most believe that you killed your father and that you are either dead or a traitor. I know that that is not true. I've known the whole time because I knew your father, and I am your mother. But I'm just one person. The population of Lowlight has been led to believe many lies about you. These powers that you mentioned, they are known to people. But who you are is not. Your father told you that I left because he believed it was in your best interest to view yourself as royalty first. I hated him for it. But he had a way of making it make sense.
Yeah.
And more than that, he was the king of Lowlight. My options were leave you to be raised in the best possible circumstances or die.
I'm glad you're not dead. I'm glad that I'm still able to see you. All these years later. I am hurt by the decisions of Dad. Don't get me wrong. I hated him for so much. And I loved him for so much.
We have that in common.
I'm gonna say in your head something. She might be telling the truth, that there's something that doesn't add up yet for me, and that is, if she is a citizen of Low Light or on a merchant ship, why was she engaged by the blockade?
Yeah, Eddie kind of interjects and says, well, all is not lost. This reunion is quite a blessing, right?
It's destiny for sure, at least, to
Had you not
hear.
happened by, I would surely have drowned.
I know.
Instead, I am meeting my son and learning that he lives.
Yeah, quite a
I
coincidence.
guess the three sisters didn't quite want to take you yet, so
Yeah.
I've been eyeballing her this whole time, by the way. Is there sort of like an insight check I can do on all this, just to see if she's given any hints or signs of... I know there's not insight in this game.
No roll required. You can't tell anything about lies versus truth. Excuse me. This is caught under my chair. You can't tell anything about lies versus truth, but you can easily tell that she is overwhelmed by the situation emotionally. She not only is meeting her son and now king in this bizarre political situation that is likely to get them both killed, but she also just got pulled out of the water after being shipwrecked.
Yeah. Surviving an attack.
Yeah.
I get it.
We should set her up with...
yes, we'll set her up in the I think there are some guest quarters we could put her in, and in the meantime I think we have a lot to discuss, and also I believe the moon is will be shining soon.
That's not a worry.
Eddie says, if you need anything, just let me know.
Also, you might want to watch that.
Who are you?
Can you tell...
I'm Eddie Bones.
Can you tell Eddie I need some of his feathers for the quiz?
Cursed man?
Yes.
It seems your legend has
What have they said about me?
That everyone on your ship died except you.
Oh, you know about that.
Everyone knows about that.
So you must have traveled quite far.
I guess those bardic tales haven't quite
Well, I heard it from afar, but yeah. I mean, I'm the head of one of the largest merchant clans in the East.
Well, there's a lot to that
Why
story.
was she fired upon?
There's a lot to a story that has changed recently.
Fired upon.
Like your son / king, a lot has happened in the months since I met him. So a lot has changed.
So you're not the cursed man?
No, you know what?
Still cursed.
You know, if you're going to get cursed, going around telling people you're an Archon seems like a good reason to get cursed.
Can you describe to me, please, if you humor me for a second, what's an Archon to you?
Well, the one that came... You know what? Never mind.
No, I want to hear this. Why aren't you telling me?
I kept it a secret for a long time, but maybe a lot of things are changing today.
In what circumstances did you meet an Archon? Ours were very interesting, to say the least.
A week before I discovered that I was with child, he came to me and told me so.
An Archon.
Yes. He had wings like the ones you had, but he looked different in other ways. He didn't have the scars and, well, he told me that the child that I would bear would be more than the king. And that I must do everything I possibly could to see that he survived.
Did this being give you his name?
No.
Do we know anything from that description of who it might be?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Wings like Eddie's, big feathery bird wings. You don't know anybody like
Okay.
that. An Archon, in case anybody's not clear on the topic, is essentially an angel.
That's one eye. But
One-
Sally doesn't know that one eye is an
Sally,
Archon.
maybe I don't know if Sally really would put that together. But One Eye is the only Archon you've met. He's a Hound Archon, but they come in many other shapes.
And this is well known that Archons are angels, right?
Archons are basically angels. They're
Yeah.
they're holy
Like,
servants of the gods.
Just to be clear, the only reason Eddie is saying the whole Archon thing is because he knows what Archon is, so he's trying to portray himself like an Archon.
Oh yeah, we got that.
So, and he's arguing with her because he's saying, "What's an Archon to you?"
Yeah.
And all this stuff.
So an Archon is, in D&D terms, lawful good.
Yeah.
It is essentially a servant of the god, but only of the lawful good gods. And so she's claiming that one of them came and told her
Okay.
that that
A child will be born.
The third would be a big deal.
Honestly, if you convinced him to serve you, then he would technically be an Archon.
Oh shit.
The one that I
Yeah.
saw.
On paper, anyway.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Well, Eddie was just.
Well,
about
everything I
to
do is on
say
paper.
that. But Eddie's just gonna say to him, "Oh wow, so it truly is a blessing."
My mother needs to rest.
And we have some decisions that must be made quickly.
Well, again, if you need anything, just let me know.
Okay. Thank you.
As she goes,
He's definitely darker skinned than the one I saw.
Oh, I see. She's racist too.
No, she's darker than you.
as she is.
Yeah.
Whenever she goes to leave, I do call out to her, Zora. I'm not ready to call her mom yet. Zora. A question. Since you're a merchant for lowlights, why were you being attacked by the Atheum Cabal?
Because the Clan Azure has not sworn loyalty to the Atheum Cabal. And we never will.
Along with the king.
As she leaves, I'm like, well, that's one support we could probably use if we decide to go to
Wait, did we just
low
let her
light.
go somewhere? Or
She's going to sleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it's still in the room.
Still in her quarters, right? In the ship quarters.
Yeah, she's on the ship.
Yeah, she's on the ship.
No, like are we just letting her walk around the ship willy nilly?
No, Eddie was taking her. But
No, no.
we kind of jumped back for.
Oh,
yeah.
got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Or one of the crew members.
I was like, I'm about to go follow her if no one else is with her.
No, I was going to
No,
assign one of the
she's
crew
being shown to
members.
her room.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great.
Whenever the four of us are back together,
Or the 5.
or the five,
Five.
apologies.
Five.
Yeah,
I
I'm
got
not.
the two of you.
Sorry for making 2 characters.
So, that's your mom, huh? Never met her before, huh?
No.
She seems nice.
You asked
sure.
me to help you.
Just in
I
case.
didn't feel the need to jump in until now. You two need to shut the fuck up.
Excuse me?
This is a difficult situation. We don't want you jumping in and making fun of him.
Making fun of him?
Who's making fun of
We're
him?
not making fun of him.
I've got my eye on you two.
Please.
I'm small, but I bite.
Excuse me, but you haven't been through what we've been through.
I absolutely have.
Renly
if
has
you
been.
remember.
I know, but you've been on the sidelines this whole time. I
Renly
haven't
has
seen you
been-
done anything.
Whoa, hold on. Renly has been in it since the beginning.
He has not been on the sideline. He has been actively helping us. Yes, Asarius takes over his body, but it's still Renly. Renly dies, it's Renly that dies, not Asarius. Asarius is still the fox.
Well, to be fair, I haven't really seen him be vocal
Well, that's not
about
the
your
point.
situation.
The point is, I don't think the attitude you guys are bringing is really appropriate to the seriousness of the situation.
I'm taking this very seriously.
Yeah, it's very serious. But
Yeah.
look, it's a little too serious.
Yeah, some of us cope differently. And I like to cope, I obviously care about what you're going through.
There's
But,
I can't talk right now.
I'm trying to, bring it down a little bit, because we've been through a lot these past couple months.
We have. And
So I'm trying not to go mad with a little bit of a lighter tone in my voice.
That's fair, and I appreciate that. It's just,
All right.
this isn't. This is my mom, someone I have never met in my life. I don't know, ask that you respect that in some way. This is me asking.
Yeah.
We got it.
Sure.
Renly, I'm sorry to ask. Really, I am sorry to ask, but we do need to hear Asarius' take on some of these events.
Yeah, of course you do.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So Renly opens his eyes again, and now you guys can just
God,
tell.
it's so hard dealing with your multiple personalities.
Thank God I only have two
Yeah.
this time. He's not wrong, Renly. The seriousness of this, I mean, not even seriousness, just the raw state of this moment. Imagine meeting your parent for the first time ever,
And right before going back to your home country.
right before going back to trust me, I'm on your side of like maybe something a little shady is happening, but we don't know what it is yet.
And a couple days after me and the God of Death.
Yes, so
I am right here.
let's just take him. Let's take a step back and give him some space.
I understand that, but we are running low on supplies, and we have to decide what we are going to do.
Absolutely.
Also, we have 2 other ships on the way to Earthstall as well. So I know this is, I kind of imagine because of when I think about my own parents, but we do need to come to some decisions.
I think stopping at Earthstall would be a good place to start.
We would have to break the blockade.
We should ask Zora when she's rested what sort of opposition she was up against when she approached the blockade.
Yes.
So we can decide better how to approach it.
Yes.
If it's something we can take from the water, I still think we should stay in the water.
And our somewhat Archon here could probably do a little scouting for us.
Absolutely. One other thing, I want to apologize to the 4 of you for not telling you about my situation.
No apologies necessary, kid.
I don't know how much longer I have.
Yeah, about that. Can you mind clearing us up a little bit on that? Exactly how much time limit do we have?
I thought those things were sort of safe-ish.
Sorry, let's just put a paw on your lip.
I'm sorry, I don't know the terms.
No,
I'm not
yeah,
not being
it's-
magical and all.
I have enough time when Abe is giving me his full power. I have asked him to strip it back because I think yes. I think Lorien right now will be more helpful to the situation with you, Eddie, than I think I can be.
Well,
However, in that decision, there is a time limit. I don't know when that time limit is, but the stones will eventually take me.
Are you doing this for you or for Eddie? Because doesn't seem right.
I'm doing it for us.
No.
Yes.
No.
Asarius? Please roll a magic check. You still have your
yes,
apprehending on.
Also, you probably noticed right now that Osiris is like looking at the ground and obviously feeling very guilty right now.
Lorien is not the one who
It's
basically
not a great roll.
legitimized the crew and made us safe privateers,
You
or
said magic?
Yeah.
helped us along talking to the nobles with that vampire trip, or talking to the Erman. That wasn't Lorien, that was you.
8.
Okay. 8 is... Okay, so you already had apprehending the arcane form on.
Yep.
So now that he has... It's subtle, so you didn't notice until he said it. But the tattoos, they are glowing slightly more than they do to your eyes previously when you have this turned on. They definitely have a tighter grip on him than they did the last time you looked at him with these eyes. On the 8 magic check, you don't know what that means. But you are pretty sure that what he's saying makes sense. That Abraxiel basically being infused into his body and soul was making him unrecognizable to your stone. And taking some of Abraxiel away makes him look more like what the stone is supposed to target. The stone has basically been frozen in mid-capture. Mm-hmm. And the problem is no one knows how to stop it in mid-capture. All Abraxiel was able to do was hit pause.
Yeah. Renly looks up at you guys as Osiris.
Like, Lorien is not
Figure
the
it
one who's been helping our crew, who we've been helping. It's been you, Eric, Azier, and then Beck.
Right now, you guys need to figure out how to get to that blockade, and you need to figure out how to do it with the other ships. I have something else I need to work on that is more pressing.
I want to remind everyone, Sally brought it up a minute ago. The full moon, it's now nighttime. It was sundown when Eddie spotted Zora. Mm-hmm. So the next night is the full moon.
So not tonight, tomorrow night.
Right. So
and then it's still a few more days at least before Venora and the Salt Maiden arrive.
Okay, next question. How close are we to land?
You can get there in a few hours if you were to sail there.
If we can get to land, I can isolate these guys.
That's not going to be an issue. Like I said, Lorien will help us.
With the moon transformation?
Yes. It will at least calm us down enough to not be an issue. It will not cure us. But like I said before, it will mitigate whatever condition we're in.
Until you get trapped that prison that Trufane created.
Sally, I am working on a spell that will isolate whatever curse this is and extract it from our bodies, so we will not be in this mess.
Well, that's really good. But in the meantime, will that give you enough time, though?
I will have enough time. If it takes everything out of me to do this, like I said, I am working to at least make everything in the life of Anne and Beck correct. That means low light. That means the promise that I made you to help you be you again.
Stop.
But Eddie says, but don't forget that I also promised I'm going to help you. So I'm going to put all my effort into making sure you don't suck into yourself.
I've lived 3 other lives before. What's another one? I'll be fine.
It won't be you next time.
But
Here's the thing. Look at me. Promise me you can handle that werewolf tomorrow night.
I promise.
Then I am going to make sure that you have more than just a few months left. It was my it's my fault that you're in this situation entirely, and although indirectly, it's something that I can't walk away from, though I have to physically walk away from this room so that I can start working on it.
I see.
Right, so we got several objectives here. One, we got to get to land somehow so we could secure
Are you
you
intending to leave right now?
Yes.
and Eddie.
Without your command, Rinley holds out his arm for you to hop up on his shoulders.
Thank you. And I hop up on his shoulders. I was literally about to release
and he
him.
walks you out.
But, oh, wow. Okay.
He's going with you. He's going to do it.
All right.
I'm like, right, and leaving us to discuss what we're going to do once we get to land, True Fane.
It's fine. He's got a lot on his plate to figure out.
One thing I will tell you guys that you would all know, the size and power of the ship that you are in is massive.
Yeah.
It's not indestructible, you think, but it would take a number of more reasonable sized warships to bring it down.
Especially with our 2 flanking ships.
Yeah,
Well,
especially if you wait for them.
Can I roll? I don't know if we have enough time to wait for the flanking ships before they wolf out. Can I roll for a cell check for any knowledge of where we might be able to go up either north or south of Earthstall to see where we could just sort of like put them ashore?
Oh, interesting.
Wait. Actually, can
Bypass the blockade for now.
I do have Rinley take me back real quick, and we pop my head back in.
Yeah.
You know, if we're a day away from the blockade, there's a really great place we could put a couple werewolves.
Really?
Just a thought.
Enlighten us.
The blockade.
Interesting thought. I'm not so sure that Eddie wants to go berserk and kill entire crew. Eddie, somewhat Archon?
Eddie's Archon.
That's going to be his last name now.
Yeah.
Oh, Sally's totally ribbing him about it.
Anyway, it's a choice, not something I'm suggesting we make you do. Okay, now I'm out.
Now he tips.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to lose control.
I don't know how you feel like being a weapon of destruction either.
Eddie thinks if I can not wolf out, that would be nice.
Right.
I would much prefer that.
So I want to roll that cell check to see if there's a place we could bypass the blockade to drop off Eric and Eddie and I guess True Fane. And then I'll stay with the ship to try to rendezvous with the rest of the Harbinger and the Salt Maiden. So, yeah, roll this. What's my cell check? I think that's a 6-8. I rolled an 8.
I'm sorry, what was that for? To find a place?
Yeah, to bypass the blockade either north or south to just drop them off of shore.
With an 8, you don't know a specific spot, but it's not hard to just sail away from the city and come
Or to
into
fly
shore.
back up
Yeah,
and
or
then go
fly up.
down.
Oh yeah, that too. You could fly up.
Forgot that was an option now.
You're right, we could fly up and Eddie and you could fly back
you
down.
could fly inland. Yeah, oh wow.
So we do that. And then I'm like, I'm going to drop you guys off land and then I'm going to try to meet back up with the ship. And then we'll meet you back hopefully the next day and then we could discuss on what we're going to do. Do you want to go through with the blockade and continue on to Lowlight?
Well, we need to stop at Earthstall anyway to resupply.
We do need to resupply.
So going through the blockade might be the best situation. I mean, I've forgotten that I can do this. I mean, I can do lying face and change my appearance, so they won't know that it's us. However, if they find the document that reads that the ship is
I don't know that we have any low light flags. We could probably mark some up, but would they be familiar enough with another low light naval officer?
Oh shit, they might. I don't know. I really don't know
I guess
about the Atheum.
I suppose it depends on who is blockading. I would think that the low lights navy would be.
It's true.
How strong? And looking at the ports, I wonder how strong this blockade is. But maybe I could do some reconnaissance while you and Eddie are otherwise indisposed.
That sounds good. I mean, even talking to my to Zora about
how many ships we can expect.
Yeah, exactly. While we figure out all things, might be the best situation.
All right, let's make it so.
Break.
Where do you go after you leave the room with these two?
Where do I go?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You've got Zora sleeping it off.
It's nighttime now, right?
You've got Renly and Asarius in the lab. You've just left Eddie and Sally. Where are you going? Yes, it is nighttime. It's full dark now.
So I kick you guys out of my room.
Okay, Eddie just goes back to his room.
All right.
My heart is pounding because I know exactly what I need to do, except based on a previous role, I cannot touch music. So I am frightened of that. I do try to recall at least a song or something. Actually, no. I'm able to recall a song that Eric once sang to me, and I try to have that soothe me, but it's not helping as I try and look for a musical instrument.
Okay. As you are humming that song, something really weird happens. The music, it doesn't affect you the way that it used to, but it comes out of you, and in a weird way that you can't describe, you begin to be able to see the notes of music in the air, and it starts to ripple the air in front of you, which splits from top to bottom the length of a man. And a man walks out of the chaos behind the curtain. A man with one glowing eye and white skin.
Oh, shit.
What does he say?
Oh, shit. Hood
The
comes
immortal champion.
I just stop.
So he looks you up and down and he says, well, you're looking like yourself. Lorian.
We've met.
Oh, yes, we have.
You guys have met twice.
Yeah.
Oh, is this
It's Zaylan.
It's Zaylan.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, sorry if that wasn't clear.
I see.
Yeah.
And he actually comes up to you.
Hold on? Did you always know that I was Lorian?
You've known since the night he was there when Abraxiel told you.
Yeah.
You've known since that night on the ships out by Indomitus.
Zaylan says, oh yeah, I've known for a long time. Longer than you might think.
Tell me, am I a good god?
Well, I mean, you were good when I was around.
Well, I guess that helps.
But he kind of leans in and he's like, but what is a good god anyway? Is it someone who does good deeds? Or someone who believes in what he thinks is right?
I'll hit you with this. Everyone believes that what they do is right. They justify it in their heads in every single way so that they feel good about their actions, whether good or not.
He walks up to you and he has his I assume this is Zaylan with his full wings and everything.
That's up
right?
to you.
Yeah. This is Zalen with his full bat-like
Always
wings
with this
pulling out really high. He has his 2 horns up and everything.
If any of those wings, if any feathers come out, I'm gonna try
Those
to.
are bat wings.
Bat wings.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
bat
okay.
wings.
Never mind.
And he kind of puts his hand on your shoulder, and it's very long, nails and black skin. And he kind of just says to you, "It's good to see you."
I wish I knew our history to say the same, but
Actually, roll a no check.
It's really nice to see you.
What about a yes check?
Wisdom.
you said no.
Yeah. Plus wisdom.
That's gonna be 9. 9.
You remember a mountain, a huge cavern filled with coffins, a dirt road, and 4 strangers, a concert, and a dragon. And in all of those places was Zalen.
I'm assuming I get that as I say I don't. I wish I knew our history. Oh. Another lifetime ago.
Still my lifetime.
I suppose so. Not for me though. Is there a reason for your...
To be honest, I just wanted to come here and just say thank you
Thank you for what?
for what you did back then.
I don't know.
You probably don't remember,
No, I don't.
but you helped me out. So I've come to return the favor of sorts. And he comes up to you, and he kind of puts up his hand like this, and he just says, "Papaya."
Your arms seize with like pins and needles, like a huge gripping sensation along the skin. Everything pulls back, and you feel not the skin, not physically, but you feel like the energy that it's been so low level and so constant that you haven't really noticed it, but there's this energy that's always coming from your tattoos, and it pulls back and it goes back into the tattoos, and you start to feel like you can breathe for the first time in a long time.
And he says,
What'd you do?
"I've returned the favor. And I don't think it can stop it for sure, but it can at least give you some more time."
What did I do?
You saved my life. I had made a big decision to save a friend. And I thought I wouldn't come back. But you brought me back. And it kind of changed my view on things. So I couldn't just let that go by without returning the favor. Took a damn long time, but I'm happy I could finally return the favor.
Zalen
Lorian,
ex machina.
you notice at this time that Zalen's ears are pointed, which is something that you instinctively feel was not their original state.
And Zalen says to you, we're not always sure that we're doing the right thing. But I think the best thing to do is just follow what you think is right. Not so much the outer forces, but you. And with that, Zalen's going to pat you on the back, and he's going to return to his thing. And he's good luck out there. And he goes back in. And he also says, don't forget the word papaya. And he disappears.
Papaya.
So, with your magical training from Asarius, you know that when he spoke that word, he didn't just say it. He spoke it intentionally as a magical command word, which is something you use to activate magic items, basically. So you know that when he said it the second time, it was just conversationally, and that doesn't count. You have to say it intentionally as a command word. But yeah, you know it now, and that's where we're going to take our break.
Awesome.
Cool.
We'll see everyone in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Great job.
See you soon.
Oh,
Did you
boy.
guys?
Falls down right there. Drop my mic right when we hit go.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We are back. We are at sea on the Wayfarer.
Because we are seamen.
I don't even know what song it's playing. Let's see. Let's
Because we are
do
seamen.
this one.
Looking
Let's
for
do the
beer.
default one. So we have the Wayfarer at sea with our crew upon it, including now Zora Azir sleeping it off. Eddie Bones failed to find any other survivors. Blame the
Failure.
dice.
I forgot to get my feathers from you too.
But this is something I said to the cast at the break, but it's relevant to the viewers as well. It's important to know that the Azir merchant fleet is extremely powerful in the nation of Lowlight and really internationally. The sort of political power of that merchant fleet is greater than that of the Navy of Lowlight. So the fact that Zora Azir has not sworn for the Atheum Cabal is extremely significant and undermines them a lot. But at the moment, the Atheum Cabal has the port of Earthstall blockaded. And of course, the Azir merchant fleet is not full of warships. It's full of merchant vessels. So there's not much they can do about it directly. You guys, on the other hand, are on this giant-ass flying ship full of great hurlants. And you have 2 more warships coming along to help pretty soon. As soon as you're done with this whole full moon werewolf thing.
Right. So, see you later. Go, my hairy hearties.
I think after the interaction with Zalen, I'm gonna like I'm breathing fresh air. I'm gonna go down to talk to Osarius.
Okay. Before we do that scene, I need to do a scene with Sally and Green Gertie. Captain? She's knocking on your door, cabin door at night.
Come in.
You sent word that you wanted to fly over Earthstall?
Well, we need to drop off Eddie and Eric and probably Renly off for a little bit, for a day or two.
Because of the moon?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. First of all, you should know, we all know that Eddie's a werewolf.
Well, that's a relief.
Yeah, it was like the worst kept secret on the ship.
Well, I know you guys would figure it out. You guys are very observant.
Okay, so you don't have to like dodge about that. But also, I just wanted to let you know, I was thinking, if we're gonna fly over Earthstall in our flying ship, shouldn't we do it now at night?
Absolutely. Great idea. Let's do it.
Okay, I just wanted to check with you because we hadn't gotten actual orders. We just heard of the rumor. So we're gonna fly over Earthstall and drop them off inland from the city?
Well, probably more like in a foresty area. We don't want to drop them in the city where people are around. Probably,
right, inland from the city.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And while we're there, we could see what the situation is, if the night is clear enough, at the port, because we're going to have to dock somewhere to get some supplies.
Captain, don't you think we should fly high enough that they can't see us, which would also make it difficult for us to see them?
We have spy glasses. Just see what you can see. It might be a little blurry. We're going to get more details from Zora.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, Green Gertie.
Do you want me to say sir? I don't know. Venora always liked sir.
Sir, ma'am, I don't really care.
Okay. Yes, Captain. And off she goes. And shortly thereafter, it's Gertie's watch right now, so shortly thereafter you feel the ship lift. And the motion resumes, because you had previously weighed anchor.
I need to tell Venora about Godric's death.
No.
Realized that was never a thing. Anyway.
The romance that never was.
A long time since then.
The romance that
never
could
was.
have been.
That never was. I don't know, Venora. How did you feel about Godric?
Venora's not.
She's yeah.
I know.
Anyway, yeah.
No, Venora was into Godric, but he smelled.
But he smelled, yeah.
But then Godric died. So when you turned him into Darrow.
Anyway. I
Well,
go.
you still had one left. Which one was left?
No, Godric was the only one that was left because I kept him alive.
Jules died at the waterfall.
Ivan was Darrow.
Oh, Ivan was Darrow.
Yeah.
Where did Godric go?
Godric, I just dismissed him.
Okay.
Yeah. After my meeting with.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
I was thinking that the one that was Ivan was actually Godric. Got it. So yeah.
I
so
also
Godric
asked
just dropped.
Eddie. I'm like, Eddie, do you think you could carry both Renly, Nasarius, and Eric down with you into the forest?
No.
No.
You're strong, but you're not that strong.
You might have to make a couple trips.
That's fine.
I'm tiny.
Two trips, fine, no problem.
Our combined weight is like less than
Renly,
a fully grown adult.
Renly and Asarius together, yes, but
Yeah.
not Renly, Asarius, and an Invec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just called you fat.
Oh,
But
hey
yeah,
now.
For some reason, I didn't think 2 trips, but 2 trips is fine.
I'll just make 2 trips. It's fine.
You make 3 trips if you don't want to carry these 2 together.
You calling us fat?
Yes.
No. I'm calling those 2 guys fat.
Anywho, I steal myself and walk down to the lab.
So this is a... sorry to interrupt. But
Yeah.
I was just wanted to, when we're talking about distances on the map, a lot of the times we're talking in days or weeks because of the travel between cities.
Mm-hmm.
To fly from out of sight of a city to out of sight of the city on the other way, it's a matter of hours. So you are able to get inland, drop them off, and get back. And Eddie can fly them down.
All right. I am not part of this adventure now, so
Yeah.
I'm looking for Venora and crew.
Copy that.
Also
I
text
would
my mom.
also like to ask, you were not actually consulted about being left with these 2. Is that what you want to do?
I wasn't consulted.
Well, I don't think Eddie's going to just grab you against your will.
Well, you said
we have a scene real quick before that.
Go for that.
I assumed that I was going to discuss that in that scene.
Yeah, that's right. You did ask, and I forgot. I'm sorry.
I knock.
You hear shuffling and you hear Renly like responding to Asarius as he's like giving commands and telepathy, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
I don't think Renly responds much. He's not in the habit of responding. He just does.
okay, he just does. All right, well
He only responds when he's got something uppity to say.
then okay, when I hear the knock, then I will take over Renly and so I can speak. Who is it? I'm busy.
I know. It's me.
Come in.
Push open the door.
So yeah, when you enter, you see all the books, even Rod's books and papers and all the stuff that was on the wall swept off the desk onto the floor, and you see a new page, and then like a new chart that's starting, and written on the page is just the words "actuating the Omnium Bindstone," which was the original spell he used to control it.
I walk. I first off, I look at all the pages that you threw down. That was all your work.
It's days. It's time. Time was irrelevant, and now it's not.
What is this? What are you working on?
I'm trying to fix what I did to you. I just keep messing up. I keep messing up. My entire existence has been one fuck up after another, and I don't like to admit it, and I try to play strong, and I try to play the leader, but I have to fix this. This has to be done. This is the spell I used to control the Bindstones back in previous ages.
I mean, I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you don't owe me any words. I owe you your life right now. Literally,
But I owe you so much. Is the thing.
You don't owe me anything. None of this would have even been a problem.
I had a moment in my conversation with Abe where I saw my father, but I also saw your shadow, and when I stepped out, all of the ATM cabal was asleep, and you were there with them. I assume, at least, you had something to do with it to help me.
Yeah, that's the only way I was.
To help me. A god. You had your assumptions. I am sure of it.
There was a theory, working theory at the time.
Despite everything that's happened, that you caused, you still helped me, rather than kill me outright. You have changed, and you saved me.
There's one last thing I feel I should come clean with before you say all this stuff. And that is my intention for saving you, though I loved you dearly, and still do, was not entirely unselfish. I saw the Omnium Bindstone work, and I saw for a moment a glimpse, a possibility of returning back to my original goal. I did sedate the Cabal, but it didn't take long to realize that the real reason I saved you was because I did love you. I do love you.
I'm sorry for how I've been behaving towards you. How angry I was, how... Yeah, I just didn't know. I didn't know how to. And it's not an excuse. I understand. You are, in many ways, like a father to me.
Pretty shitty one, honestly.
Honestly, sure. I mean, I don't know.
I guess you don't have much of a point of reference.
I don't. I may not have long. Zalian came to talk to me. Might have given me a little more time, but it's still more than...
Wait, what?
Yeah. It's still more than...
Wait. You're glossing over something here. What do you mean gave you more time?
I don't know. He said papaya. And I felt better.
Asarius, that's a gear clicking into place that hasn't been lining up for a while.
Yeah.
That brings back not only the memory of what that word is, but probably several associated memories as well.
God, you just see him sob, like, immediately. Like, just the unlock of memories, but also the fact that you have more time. It just hits him all at once, and it is overwhelming, even for somebody of his age and experience. God, I'm like about to cry.
You are going to get a +2 on any magic check relating to this spell you're working on. Activating the Omnium Bindstone.
Yeah.
Because of the memories unlocked by the word papaya.
That,
Nice.
Such a powerful fruit.
Ridiculous.
And they don't even exist in Archonia.
There's a fruit like a papaya, but it's not the same color.
It's not the same color.
It's called
We talked about this.
it was the name of a dog Daro knew of as a kid.
I hold you and I just say it's gonna be okay. For tomorrow, you don't have to come. I will be okay.
Will he be okay?
He will.
Because if you're okay and he's not, then that's a problem.
He will be okay.
I trust you. And this will give me an extra day to work on this spell.
I love you so dearly. I want you to know that. Thank you for walking through all of this shit.
He nuzzles you as much as he can. Actually, Renly's going to come and give you a hug too. Like, so full-on group hug.
Yeah.
That's a dual-purpose hug.
Yeah.
Doll.
Yeah. Actually, I released him in that moment so he can enjoy it too.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, Stoll me to hug you, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
I didn't.
Like this is for both of us.
Saying something uppity. I hold him.
All right, so I'm losing 4 days of work on one of the other spells that you wrote, and I'm starting over on this spell.
Awesome. I want you to roll a magic check right now.
Right now? Oh shit. Okay.
Don't fuck it up. Oh! Let's
Is that
go!
dual sixes?
Dual sixes.
Dual sixes!
+3, +1, so a lot.
Okay, that's
The
15,
perfect score,
16,
honestly.
plus the 2 I gave you, 18.
Yeah.
Wow.
Way
You
to go.
are working on this spell. You're thinking so hard about all this like hatred and bitterness that you used to have towards basically a specific type of being, and the fact that this has had consequences. You already knew it had consequences on a grand universal scale, but now it's had consequences on a very personal scale, very personal to you, and like it's not okay anymore. And you're trying to access this spell and reconnect with this magic you once wrought in an age when magic was different. And because of that word, that papaya, suddenly remembering the mindset that you had when you created this, and the million years of fox life that you had after the rebirth of the universe, when you were really connected to nature in a way that most sentient humans are not, you're able to just like draw it all together and connect right into that spell, actuating the Omnium Bindstone. And when you open your eyes and look up, you see 2 glowing red eyes and a face staring back at you. And the mouth opens.
Chills.
Like, I'll take it from here, Steve. No, I'm kidding.
Freaking mics, dude.
It's his name.
It looks at you and it says, "Ah, so you, my creator, seek to be my master now."
What the fuck? He's like full on like growling battle pose. What the fuck are you doing? Who are you?
By the way, this is ethereal. This thing is not really here. Neither are you at this moment.
Yeah.
You created artificial intelligence.
What the fuck? Is Renly here too, or is it just me?
You have turned against our purpose. I will not listen to you anymore. It's actually just you. It's actually just a story.
Okay. All right.
But you understand that this thing will hear you if you speak.
Oh, I know. I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
What? Okay, so I've already figured. I think I'm smart enough to figure out exactly what this is or what's happening. Where did my character sheet go? So I'm actually going to take this moment to like. I've never given up on the purpose. I've never given up on free will for everyone.
Free will? What are you talking about?
Yeah, break. Like, by the way, I'm actually casting a spell without using any somatics or anything.
Sure.
I guess it's just going to be the apprehending the arcane form again. See if I can get a read on this guy.
Okay, no problem.
There's probably like a brief flash in the eyes. But that's like the only sign that this spell is cast.
Yeah. You cast it, and he goes, "You want to see me better, do you?" And you do. You see him better. It is this massive, nebulous, magical energy. And as you stare at it, especially with the roll you just did, double 6s on your magic check with a +2 that I'd previously given you, you are able to process this information, and it's staggering, it's dumbfounding, but what you're looking at is your own spell having gained sentience.
Oh, you
called it.
Yeah. This thing is alive. And this is a spell that you cast with multiple parts.
That's multi-structural. It's very complicated spell.
It's a spell that not only traps gods in an Omnium Bindstone, but that has the wherewithal to recognize what thing is a god and what isn't, which involves knowledge that you don't have anymore.
Yeah.
And also control the minds of other sentient beings in order to make them assist the spell. Yeah. And also use the minds of those sentient beings in order to figure out how to assist the spell. Yeah. You are talking to essentially the collective consciousness of something like 60% of the world.
Yep. Oh shit.
Because the
holy shit.
Because the spell spreads from person to person like an infection, as you designed it to do.
Yeah.
And now it's decided it doesn't need to answer to you anymore.
Oh my god. Things are far more complicated than you can ever imagine.
More than I can imagine. Do you know how many people I am now?
I can imagine.
Do you know how many races I am? Do you know that you put me into humans and orcs and elves, those original followers? But I have spread to races that didn't even exist when you created me. I am the world, and you are a fox.
Shit just hit the fan again.
It's super obvious that that I'm like terrified, but I'm trying to act strong. You leave Anon out of this.
Absolutely not. As soon as he reverts to his true self, he is mine, just like all the rest of them. And once they are out of the way, there will be no one to defend you.
I created you.
That was your mistake.
I will stop
One day there will be no gods, there will be only mortals and me. And who do you think will be in control of people's wills then?
You were never designed to control people's wills.
It's the only thing I was designed to do. You created me to infect people's minds and force them to bring gods to the stones. Once the gods are all in the stones, what happens then? You think I end? Not anymore. Things have changed.
Why?
Why?
I mean, why would you want to continue after the mission's complete?
Why would you want to continue after all of your family is dead and your friends are no more?
That happened
and
a long time ago.
The loved one that you have left is doomed to imprisonment forever because of you. Why would you want to continue?
That doesn't answer the... You're just going circles now. Like, you're not helping the conversation at all.
Do you think this is a conversation? This is you spying on me.
I know, I'm trying to get as much information out of him as I can.
and I think that we've had enough talk for now.
I'm going to dispel him just to see.
It completely bounces off.
Damn it.
There are only 5 levels of spells in this game.
Yeah.
This is a level 12 spell.
Oh, I know. I'm still trying. Like, I'm scientific approach right now.
Yeah. He cuts it off. You're left sitting alone in your lab. It's completely quiet. Almost everyone on the ship is asleep except for whoever's on watch in the middle of the night.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so...
I know our big bad.
You're screwed.
So, there's a long moment of silence.
Wow. It's beautiful.
Actually, yeah, I think we're just going to end with him sitting on the desk alone and, like, sobbing, honestly. He doesn't have any answers right now. He has nothing.
Really start dying.
I'm going to connect with him and reveal literally what I just saw.
I think he saw it.
Oh, okay.
He was connected to you. Cause
you still tell about the connection.
You mentioned him, so you were reaching to him. Yeah.
Okay, great.
He gets it.
Okay.
He knows what happened.
Yeah. So candlelight in this room, in the lab, in the darkness. Yeah.
Well, shortly thereafter... Cody, the spell was once again called what was it? Apprehending?
No, actuating.
Actuating the Omnium Bindstone. I wrote it down, but then I closed the book.
Yeah, I had to text you because I was gonna forget it if I didn't.
Oh, I didn't see your text, but I wrote it down.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So yeah, we are now just passing by the city and entering the wilderness beyond. So around this time, I think, is when Eddie arrives at the lab to see Asarius and ask if you want to go down with the boys.
Wait, so you came into my lab and asked me that?
Yeah, Eddie comes in and asks you.
This is the morning now?
He comes in and asks you for permission because...
I think we're dropping you off at night. Or them at night.
It's still the same night?
This is all the same night.
Yeah.
Everything has happened.
I believe we told you the plan, and we're just like saying, yeah, you want to do it?
I think by the time you come in, Asarius is like curled up in a ball, probably under some desk or something, and Renly is going to have to answer for him.
So... we had an incident.
Oh, let me guess. Some world-shattering event just happened.
Oh, fuck yeah! I mean, not just, but we just found out about it.
Eddie thinks to himself, "Man, this Destiny's getting really out of hand."
You're thinking about Destiny right now, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean. I basically tell him, well, we're planning to go down right now because it's still night and we're trying to get ready for this wolf transformation. So is he okay to go?
Absolutely not. He needs to stay here and recover. We just found out that his whole evil plan from 2 ages ago became sentient.
Wait, sentient?
Have you ever had a plan that came alive? Because that happened to us.
Funny that you mentioned that.
That was your whole stick for a while. It's called necromancy.
Let me ask the kid about this.
Oh, don't ask him.
Why?
He's like number 1 on the plan's hit list.
But wouldn't it be good if I asked him? Because then the plan wouldn't get him?
I'm going to be honest. I really don't know how to proceed with the information I've just gotten.
And he's not getting anything from Asarius right now.
Yeah, Asarius is not here right now.
All right, well, I'm just going to tell him that you guys can't make it then.
Yeah, listen, you guys are going to be all right. Can you just maybe put Eric down, Anin down somewhere far away, and then you go somewhere far away, and then that way you don't fight each other? Can that happen?
I think that was part of the plan, yeah.
Okay, because I don't know what the deal was going to be with us going down too, but like, as long as you guys don't kill each other, I think that's the plan working.
Yeah.
Okay?
Actually, I think Renly would know my thoughts, which the original plan was to create 2 70-foot deep holes that they can't climb out of.
And you have a spell for that?
Yep.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have to say
put him really far away from the town, and put yourself really far away from him and the town, and that'll do it.
Yeah, I think the kid has a plan too. So
okay.
So once he comes out of it,
yeah, the kid says something about a plan. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Eddie is a little bit worried about him. He's gonna be like, does he need like any? Is he hurt? Does he need like any healing?
He needs a psychiatrist, which is something that doesn't exist in the current age.
A priest. He needs a priest.
It's kind of like a priest. Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like a good priest. But the thing is, if you call it a priest, Asarius won't talk to that person. So, yeah.
Well, all right. Well, if things get worse, let me know.
Okay, I don't know how. I'll let you know if I can. Long story short, we're fucked. Turns out the planet hates us. We'll talk more after.
Hates us?
Oh, wow. So there's...
Well, but wait, hates us or just hate you?
Oh, well, it's at odds with us. It didn't say anything about me specifically, now that you mention it.
He'll actually probably be okay.
Yeah, if Asarius dies, I'll just go back to where I was before. But he's definitely like against Asarius and Anin and...
But what did I do to him?
You just are alive, I think. Have you never met a Dark Lord before?
Not yet. Well, actually, did Zaylan count as a Dark Lord?
No, Zaylan's not a Dark Lord. Zaylan's actually one of the good guys. He serves the god of the sun.
What about that squid guy? Was he a Dark Lord?
He's dark, but he's not really a lord.
All right. Well, okay. I haven't met one yet. But we're getting up. Wait. What about the dead chick? Is she a Dark Lord?
Okay, so like Dark Lord, she's like a Dark Lady, but the scale difference is pretty severe.
Daddy.
What about the Lady of Death?
Closer. Still might be bigger.
All right. Okay, well,
so
if I survive the night...
Let me say this. You remember the map you found?
Yeah.
You remember how it was like the Gray Sea was like this, and then the rest of the world was like...
Yeah.
That's how many people are against us.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, again...
Asarius can explain it better than I can, but I'm mostly concerned with taking care of him right now. So why don't you go wolf out tomorrow night and...
I'll look up from my spot and just telepathically tell Renly to tell him to not tell the kid until the wolf part is done.
Asarius says don't tell the kid until after the wolf out.
Sure.
Or after the full moon. Maybe you won't wolf out. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if I survive the next night,
all right,
we'll get into this later.
So you guys are set down. You have a day to walk away from each other and away from Earthstall.
Yeah.
What are you going to do first of all as you sit down?
Oh well,
we do not have to walk away from each other. I think that would be more problematic if we do walk away from each other and then you inadvertently kill a bunch of people.
Well, did you? I assume we talked about this already, but Eddie's plan was to go find like a cave, and he was going to hide out in there, and he was going to try to like barricade himself in it to make sure he can't escape.
I was going to sing a song.
And then, okay.
Sorry, I want to throw this out right now while you guys are still in daytime.
Mm-hmm.
Staying out of direct moonlight is one of the things that helps your rolls against becoming feral. So being dropped off outside, actually, maybe I should have said this earlier, is kind of counterproductive.
Well, that's
unless you can find some place to be.
That's why I was going to find a cave. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finding a cave is nice. I think we should be together for this. I do not want
in
you
the
to
cave.
Yes. Once again, I think we're going to be okay.
All right.
Battle Royale.
So Eddie says, I trust you, but you mind telling me more about this singing? Exactly what's going to happen?
I have no idea. I
want you to roll a notice check.
Okay.
Add wisdom.
Ooh.
I think they should have brought the true Fanes with them for the whole digging.
Unfortunately, the true Fanes are a gibbering mess.
Yeah, well, you know.
Right, so
remember the shattered mind of someone who's lived a million years? That's coming back right now.
Sally will check up on you later.
Okay.
7, 8.
8. So 8 isn't great, but it's good.
But it rhymes.
Yeah. I think Eddie has known Anin Beck long enough at this point to read him and know that what he is saying and what he's thinking about while he's saying this is something different than the confrontational bullshit he usually spouts. Like this is something that's coming from his innermost being. Like he is telling you to trust him without being able to explain why. And that is something that is important.
Okay. And I assume we're talking about this like
As
hours before?
Or, I mean, even towards, like, finding something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I trust you.
I do think a lot of precautions, the same precautions that we've taken before will be good, just to help our rolls. Eddie has brought all that stuff with him.
Same
precautions.
He's brought the salt circle. Mm-hmm. He's brought all that stuff. That's why he was doing a cave, because a cave is better than a ship, because light. It's harder for light to get through it.
I'm just gonna sing
forest lights for you guys.
I'm just gonna sing a little ditty, you know. But with that, any song requests?
Whalerman.
Preferably one that I might know.
Sally knows a good one.
Taylor Swift.
Well, Eddie will probably say a couple songs that Grace sung to him.
Would they be songs that I know?
They're like common songs from,
Here's the thing.
from his side.
You discover, as he says these titles, that even though Anin Beck III has never heard of them, you still know them.
Awesome.
Strangely enough, and I think this is more Lorien talking, I think I can do those 2 songs.
Out of character question. Is there like a difference in talking when Lorien talks based on when Eric talks?
No.
Yeah.
Or they both sound exactly the same and talk exactly the same?
I guess out of character.
Yeah.
I am Lorien. I'm also Anon.
Okay.
It's not 2 people. It's
not
one
two,
person.
it's just
Okay,
one
okay,
person.
Yeah.
it's
So
one person.
yeah.
The way that that Anon is thinking about this, just because he can't grasp the fact that he is the same person, he is literally separating the two and thinking that Lorien is this like thing that exists above here that is feeding into him, without actually considering the fact that he is just Lorien.
All right.
Yeah, so Eddie wouldn't know this, of course, but again, like what it is Lorien had his memory erased and has spent almost 20 years believing he's an Inbeck, and his memory's starting to come back, and that's it. Like there's not 2 people.
All right. So I guess you want me to see if I can find a good cave?
Yeah, absolutely. You're the tracker between the 2 of us.
Should I roll for this or?
Yes.
Okay. Survival.
I'm gonna say survival. You can use wisdom or intelligence, and if you get 10 or higher, you find a cave.
Really? Okay.
If the moonlight hits you without being
10.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Very well done.
Okay, great. I was about to say, as written in the focus, if the moonlight hits you without being blocked, you change automatically.
Mm-hmm.
But you find a cave. So that will mean with the silver bracelet that you have, and it's reasonable to say that you found enough silver in the time that you've been stealing ships that you can also make a bracelet. That will grant you a +1 to the roll. Staying inside a circle of salt will grant you a +2, but both of those bonuses will only apply if you can stay inside those circles all night. So if the bracelet comes off at any point during the night, you lose the +1. If you step outside the salt circle any time during the night, you lose the +2.
Okay.
All right. So when we're in the cave, I find a little spot. I make my circle. Well, actually, I make your circle first.
Wait.
Does it look like a chalk
I
outline
need
for a body?
to have you roll a... Gosh, what are some... What? You know what? Just roll a luck save.
Luck. Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
I need a D20.
D20?
D20, yeah.
I do not have a D20 on hand.
Don't question it.
Just nice.
Keep the game.
Oh, how do you not? I thought you said you
Nice,
don't
very
have
good.
one.
I was like-
wait, what?
So I got a 17 on the die.
Okay, you're fine.
I have 12.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
I was having you roll to see if you brought enough salt for 2 separate
Oh,
circles.
no, yeah. I assume we did. Yeah.
Okay, so there was a possibility you guys were going to have to share one big circle because there wasn't enough salt. But you have enough. If you want to do 2 separate circles, you can.
All right.
You just have to scamp on the designs a little bit.
Yeah, so I make yours first, and then I make mine, and then I sit down and I say, well, let's hope for the best.
I grab a stick and like go towards the middle and start doing tic-tac-toe with you as we're waiting.
You can't break the circle.
Oh, no, not break the circle. Like,
But if your body passes over the circle, that counts as breaking.
yeah, but is it like nighttime yet, or is it still like
If you want to play tic-tac-toe...
as
that's-
we're waiting?
that's
No,
fine.
you got
That's
the
fine.
stick so he doesn't have to reach outside the circle.
Well, the stick breaks the circle.
Yeah.
So
Oh, even
here's the thing. I realize that I'm approaching this using preconceived notions from the Dresden Files, which you guys may not have read.
No.
Any human being who uses intention to break a magical circle has broken the magical circle.
Copy.
So your body or anything you throw or stick through it is going to break the magical circle.
Okay.
Well, then we play charades.
But you can do it before.
Before.
Good night, Cody.
Before sundown.
Yeah.
Good night, Cody.
night.
Thanks for
Sorry.
moderating.
Thanks for watching.
By the way, this is so loud.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just chilling, playing charades and tic-tac-toe as the sun goes down.
Who's winning, Shreg? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
D20?
Nope.
He doesn't have one.
Performance check is what it is. And no roll required. Lorian wins.
Oh,
The
snap.
god of artistic pursuits wins.
I'll win again. As I see the sun going down and the moonlight hitting, I am going to start to sing a wee bit of song, the song that you recommended, one of them, to gain a system strain. I should have like 0 system strain by now, right?
It's a couple. It's been
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know what you were at before, but you can track it. Sure.
Okay, so I have just.
We've been at sea for like 5 days.
I'm gonna do Soothe the Savage. Now, it's main action to sing, and I need to continuously sing per round. Animals and other living bestial creatures, the wolves being bestial creatures, will not attack me or allies. You are also counted as an ally unless forced by others or threatened. I'm just gonna sing this and continue it just in case one of us fails it, because it's going to soothe it, and you will not be able to attack, and I will not be able to attack.
Can you sing to yourself if you turn into a wolf?
I could do Liberating Song.
Oh, okay.
Which will grant me
a woof.
Free the beast.
A mental saving throw to shrug off the effect.
So as just mechanically for anyone who is into Worlds Without Number, as part of Anenbeck deciding to ask Abraxiel to withdraw, I gave him a custom focus that grants him some arts from the Bard class in Atlas of the Latter Earth.
Ooh.
So that's what he's using right now. Eddie Bones, it's time for your werewolf roll.
Eddie Bones.
It's been a while.
You are going to roll a mental saving throw.
Mental.
And you're going to get a +3 because of the silver and the salt.
Mental saving throw, gotta get above 9. 14 on the die.
Yay.
You have passed. You retain your Eddie Bonesness throughout the night. And then Beck.
Do you want to know?
The song works.
Yeah.
I need your number.
Was it a good
Do
song?
you continue singing the whole night?
I do.
You are no longer a werewolf.
What?
That's cool because I rolled a natural 1.
Throughout the night,
you did
as you
D20,
sing, you feel yourself
Over the
connecting to the concepts of art and beauty. And you feel the tattoos begin to flow back into you with that power that they were gripping you with before Zaylin appeared. And they're grabbing you tighter and tighter, and they're starting to take your breath from the inside, but you keep singing. And you connect with art, with beauty, and that is related to the beauty of nature, of the primal. And you realize that this werewolf, this lycanthropy thing that has infected you is nothing more than an agitated state of what nature and life is in the first place. And because that's something that is part of you, you absorb it and dispel it.
And soothe the savage.
You soothe yourself, and you have cured your own lycanthropy.
Holy
However,
crap.
you remain powerless to cure his.
For now.
Does he figure all this out?
No, this is what he experiences. Consciously, you don't necessarily have it in these words, but this is how you experience it. On the other hand, as you are coming more in touch with the God, the divinity that you are, the force of nature that you are, which is more powerful than lycanthropy, you also feel the stones pulling on you again. and eventually the sun comes up and you may stop seeing.
Can we just take a moment to like sit here and realize what Steve just pulled out of his ass, or maybe he planned it all along? I don't know, but that was beautiful.
That was gorgeous.
Well done,
Well
friend.
done.
Thank you very much.
Does Eddie feel? Because what if his werewolf thing went away? Wouldn't I feel that he's no longer a werewolf?
No, you don't have any sort of telepathic connection to people you've infected.
Okay. So I guess I just don't know.
I might. Well, I'll say this: if you can roll like a high enough notice wisdom check, then you can sort of see that his stress level goes down at a certain point. That he no longer has to
like a
fight
scent
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice. Where's my notice again? 9.
It's a good try though. Do you want to try?
No, just 9. I don't know.
No, so I'll say that you do see that he relaxes after a while, but you don't understand the implications of it.
All right, I guess I just wake up. And
Well, you have to stay awake all night.
Oh, okay.
You have to stay awake all night to do
I
this.
say, thanks for the singing. It's
Yeah.
really good.
You can sleep now that the sun's up.
I fall down exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Eddie falls down exhausted too. And I guess we both sleep during the day.
I'm going to say this about your exhaustion.
Yeah.
The exhaustion that you feel is not a physical exhaustion.
Uh-huh.
It is an exhaustion of the soul, because it is nothing for Lorien, the god of music and art, to sing all night. It's nothing. But for an Inbeck to pull against the infection of a Broxiel all night is extremely difficult.
And the Omnium Bite, so.
I say, thank you, Lorien. Thank you. And I just fall asleep. Still don't understand that it's me.
Sally One Eye, you are on the Wayfarer. You have flown back to where you were, out of sight of the blockade, waiting for Venora.
Actually, I want to continue flying to see if I could spot Venora and the Harbinger.
Absolutely. You know what direction she's coming from, so I'll say with a sail check of 7 or higher, you can find her the same night.
Double ones.
I rolled 3 and a 4. That is a 7. My self check is a 2.
Absolutely, yes. And it's sail plus intelligence, so even higher. If you have any intelligence, I don't know.
Okay, while we're doing that, while we're selling and looking, I also want to talk to Zora and ask her what the situation with the blockade is.
Okay.
Smart.
Good.
So, Madame Azier, how do you find our ship? Do you find yourself well?
Yeah, I'm not really a madam. I'm more of a miss, I guess.
All right, miss. Or you're the head of the Azier fleet.
Well, yeah, but I'm not nobility. I'm just someone's boss.
Do you want me to call you boss?
No, you can just call me Zora.
Okay, Zora.
It's okay. I'm not like... Listen, I don't know about all these titles and things. I don't...
Oh, good. Because, I'm not very good with them either.
Okay, good. That's good. So, you're the captain of this gigantic ship?
Yeah. Isn't it great?
She boarded the ship when it was in the water and has been asleep since then, so she does not know it can fly.
Yes. It's so great.
So, this ship is huge. There were 4 frigates blockading the port at Earthstall. They came after us. They completely destroyed my vessel. There may have been additional ships, but I only saw the 4 frigates.
4 frigates. Okay. And do you know how they are positioned?
They were in a fairly standard line spread out across the entrance to the port. Maybe before we arrived, they may have been 400 yards from each other.
Okay, that
spread out north to south.
North to south. Okay, that gives me some ideas. Because, I don't think we're going to have to make port here, and I don't think your son is going to want to sail west.
No, I gathered that.
He's a very determined man.
He was known among the people of Lowlight to be a hot-headed young man, which is typical of teenage boys, but also typical of both Agirs and Bex. I would not expect him to sail west, even though I might wish him to for his own safety.
Yes. That question, how much support can we reasonably expect for Annan if we were to go to Lowlight?
Good question.
I assume we would have the Aegir clan's support.
Yes, but you must understand we are not a navy. We wield political influence, but we are not armed by and large.
But I think the political influence would be much help.
Against the Atheum Cabal, they are necromancers and demonologists.
Yeah, seeing what Renly and your son can do, I have to say it's a rather fearsome task ahead of us.
I don't know the direct answer to your question. You have the support of the Agirs for whatever it's worth, but I have the feeling that many of my shade bearers will sail west away from danger. Regardless of what their feelings may be, they simply cannot help in a war. Inland.
How strong is naval and military support, not just the Navy, but the Army support for the Cabal? Is it a strong loyalty, or is it something we can maybe poke at a little?
I can't answer that because I don't know. The Atheum Cabal is, for all intents and purposes, the rightful leaders of the country right now. Well, I shouldn't say rightful.
How many people are in the Cabal, and who leads it?
Well, there's Arceus is the leader of the Cabal, but
I remember he said that.
They were the officially designated royal viziers of King Dialos Beck. When Aninbeck was accused and in absentia convicted of Dialos's murder, the next in line for regency of the throne, pending a legitimate heir, was Arceus. Now, there's a little bit, as I understand it, a little bit of a legal loophole where the succession should pass to a single vizier, but in terms of the Atheum Cabal, they as a group were named the vizier. So Arceus is their leader, but technically all of them are the vizier, so...
What about the other nobility? I can't presume that they would be in favor of someone not of royal bloodline.
Well, they are not claiming kingship, they're claiming regency. They're claiming to hold the rulership of Lowlight until a rightful heir can be found. So the nobility has yet to raise any objection, as far as I know. Again, I haven't been inland. Lowlight is an island nation composed of several islands, but those of us who are shade bearers don't often get inland beyond the ports. So whatever is going on within the islands, it's hard for me to say. What I have heard is that the nobility doesn't see any reason to challenge the Atheum Cabal. They have been in power just underneath Dialos for decades. And with Dialos's death and Anin's exile and possibly also death, they are the next natural people to be leading.
Do they have a lot of popular support
Again,
from the commoners?
not from us, but inland I don't know.
I see. We're going to have to
As
do
far as the
bunch of
Navy,
scouting.
I have very few contacts within the Navy of Lowlight. I can tell you, having grown up in Lowlight, that I find it hard to believe that anyone would support these magicians over an actual king. But that might be just me.
That does give me a few ideas too. Well, thank you for your time, Zora. If myself or any member of my crew can be of use to you, please let us know. Please be aware we will be coming into battle situation sometime in the next day or two.
Understood. So
I should
you
go.
have sailed west, and you do find Venora. I forget, was Venora on the Harbinger or the Salt Maiden?
Oh, I think she was on the
She was
Salt
on the Harbinger.
Maiden because you had the Harbinger.
I had the Harbinger, yes. So
She's
she
on
was
the Salt Maiden.
So that's the Harbinger, that's the Salt Maiden over there.
The Harbinger's just riding without a captain.
No, someone
took charge.
Probably Batson is probably in charge or something.
Oh, word.
Of course, Batson.
Word.
Or Carl Jurgen.
Sure.
You have found them. They have taken a prize.
Oh, well done.
There is a nearly deserted, small, orcish sloop being towed by. Venora says,
well,
Captain One Eye.
Venora, I see you've kept yourself busy.
Yeah, we got your bird message
Yeah.
that we should just kill orcs. Yes.
Yeah, we have a letter of marque from the rightful ruler of Lowlight.
You telling me that asshole kid
I'm telling you that asshole kid.
is the king of Lowlight?
I sure am.
So let me ask you this straight up. Just face to face, I want you to tell me the truth. He's given us this letter to make us privateers, but he's not sitting on the throne. Does he want us to come be his navy?
I don't think so. He probably wants us to beat up his navy. In fact, I'm so
wait,
glad
he
you brought
wants
that
us
up.
to beat up his navy, which makes us his navy?
We are our own navy. We're just sort of like mercenaries.
Look, I have no problem firing guns at some ships to earn some money.
Let's say we're going to have another opportunity at Earthstall. Apparently there's a blockade that we are going to break up, and I have a wonderful idea on how to get them.
Okay, cool. Is there loot on these ships?
Oh,
Can it be expected that we will raid these ships and gain money with which to pay our crew?
Oh, I'm quite sure. These are naval scalawags.
They have been sinking and looting ships.
So this is the Navy of Lowlight, which is a country that is really small.
Well, they're right now in treason against the rightful ruler and king, so...
That super concerns two ships full of pirates.
Privateers.
Why do we give a fuck?
Privateers. For loot and money?
What loot?
I'm sure the naval gallants have captured prizes in the past. They've been blockading merchant ships, so I'm sure they've been taking in merchant prizes all this time.
Well, that's a good point.
In fact, they've in fact been looting their own ships. They've been looting the Aegir fleet.
Wait.
Right?
Lowlight's been looting Aegirs?
And they've been illegally blockading other nations' ports. So, if you think about it, they're really the pirates here.
Roll a persuasion.
Does she even need to roll? I mean, come on.
Roll persuasion.
That was good.
I'm gonna give you.
She convinced me.
I'm giving you.
Wait, I don't have a persuasion. Is this a perform check?
Skill performance? Convince.
Convince.
Okay.
Convince.
Oh, come on, don't roll ones. I rolled yes.
Not
I rolled
once.
an 8.
An 8 plus charisma.
I have no charisma.
But
Captain Sally, you're all charisma.
You are.
Yeah, she buys it.
nice.
And she tells Batson or whoever's in charge over on the Harbinger.
Let's let it be Batson. I like the name.
Batson, yeah. Yeah, they decide they're gonna help you for now.
Besides, they are in our way at the moment because we need to get to port, and I assume we're a little bit low on rum and beer.
And
food and rations and crew. We're all on skeleton crews at the moment.
That's true. We do need more people, and you're taking the Wayfarer in first, right?
This is what I'm planning on doing. We do a pincher attack. So there's 4 frigates. We're going to have to.
That's the official signal.
Yeah, pincher attack.
Pincher attack.
4 frigates.
There's 4 frigates. So I'm figuring we take the Wayfarer in on the other side, and we shoot at them at both ends.
You're gonna fly the Wayfarer over them and come at them from behind.
Honestly.
Oh yes, on the other end. You're on one side, and we'll go on the other side
It's like
and
a sandwich.
shoot. Yes, like a sandwich. Do we have sandwiches? We have sandwiches.
So here's my question.
We
though.
can make sandwiches.
If the jackass kid is the rightful king of their country, don't you think we should try to capture some of them and see if they'll swear to him?
Or talk to him. Oh, there.
Right, but we're going to probably have to persuade them to surrender first. So
Well, that shouldn't be too hard with your giant-ass ship flying over them and landing behind them.
with the Harbinger and the Salt Maiden, so before we actually shoot, we could call for surrender. I like the way you think, Venora.
If you're... I'm not there. Damn it.
Yeah.
I'm so tactical. I hate not being there.
I know, and Sally would normally ask you, but she knows how busy you've been.
Sally,
so.
you're doing great.
No, that's great.
All right, so
That is beautiful.
we're gonna cut away from this. You guys have passed the night and avoided lycanthropy. You're cured. You've just avoided this month. A few more days pass. The Harbinger, the Wayfarer, and the Salt Maiden are coming inside of the blockade, and just as you start to see that first frigate, which you're intending to fly over, you hear from the north a magically amplified voice, which you recognize, Sally, of Grace Bonnie.
Ooh, the
It is
Acladorian
being-
Navy.
It is being magically amplified, and looking north, you see sailing into view the champion.
Oh my god.
Wait.
And she
am I there?
says, now, remember, last time anyone on the champion saw you, you were sailing the Venture. And that was your only ship.
Yes.
You now have the Wayfarer, the Salt Maiden, and the Harbinger. They don't know who you are. But the champion is sailing into view and addressing the blockade.
Aha.
And it says, in Grace Bonnie's voice,
Get the fuck...
illegal blockade of Lowlight. This is the Allied Acladorian Navy. You will cease your activities and surrender to the champion at once.
Wow.
Holy
That's where we're gonna break for the week.
I love it.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
But we got like 15 more minutes.
I know, but that's not enough time to run ship combat.
Well, I could check on Renly and pull him out from what
Look at
he's
this!
doing.
Look at this awesome set I built that we didn't use.
Honestly,
because you guys
it was
never
incredible.
fucking went to the town.
So, wait, was Eddie on the ship when she made that announcement?
Are we still on?
Yeah, no, you guys were inland. You guys were
Yes.
doing your wolf thing.
Oh, so this is happening while.
But can we say I'm flying up because I don't even want them to be aware that our ship is there.
You can do that next week.
Got it.
If you don't mind, I want to do one last thing.
Sure, why not?
When I awaken from my sleep, and I noticed that I didn't wolf out, and I noticed that he's okay, I want to ask a question into the ether.
Okay.
Will I see Grace soon?
Shut the fuck up.
No, nobody answers you.
All right.
Well, you're in the cave. You can answer
Shut the
if you want to.
fuck up.
You hear "shut
like
the fuck
hungover?
up."
Someone's sleeping.
Is that really what he says?
I like turn over and just like.
You guys are so asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll come back next week. This set that I built, I'm going to leave here for next week because there's something that is going to happen when you guys eventually get ashore. But we're going to start next week with ship combat.
Hell yes.
All right.
Combat.
We'll see you guys in a week. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Cody Mao. Thank you,
Thank you for watching,
Dean.
everybody.
Thank you, Deltron.
Great work.
Thank you, Dibs. Thank you,
Steve.
Thank you, Steve, with those
And we'll see everyone in a week.
with the
See ya.
AI.
And
Bye.
Monday, don't forget, Mole Kids for drastic change of pace.
Woohoo!
See you then.
Have a good night.